talk about so much interesting matter because I finished to read in Genesis about why animals eat other animals. Would God decided with another form that's not destruction to animals each other? We will see this now. Why not? In fact, we must know that we are so much ignorance. This is the truth. We are ignorant a lot. It's the same matter. We must be conscious about it. We are ignorant. But still, with our limitation, we can understand what Kardec will explain about it. Particularly, I don't like to see an animal in predation with other animal. I don't like. But after I read again this that I read so much time ago, I was forgetting a bit detail that changed all the situation. I will read now to you, you will understand. Oh, I don't know why this starts to make this. I don't know why. I think it's when I move this inside. I wait. Does it stop, please? I see. Then we will start. I will finish with another about instinct and intelligence. Is this the chapter? Let me see. Good and evil, chapter 3. And this matter is about instinct and intelligence inside chapter 3 about good and evil. Instinct and intelligence. I was finished in last live, now I will finish this part and start to read about the destruction of living beings by one another. The theory in no way destroys the role of protector spirits. Here, in those items, Kardec are saying about people that when people use instinct and when people use intelligence. Instinct is the reaction. You put your foot, your shoes in a hole, and your body answer this to protecting you. Instinct is immediately. And intelligence, when you stop, think about situation, and use logic, thoughts, etc. And this chapter is about this, and protection from the spirits when people don't can use the instincts. People that don't have vision, people don't have hearing, people sometimes can feel this, don't have feeling in the skin. God ever protect his creature. This theory is no way destroys the whole of protector spirits, whose aid is a fact acquired and proven through experience. However, one should note that the action of these spirits is essentially individual, that such action is modifying according to the qualities of the protector and the ward, and that is no way does it have the uniformity and generally of the instinct. Instinct have the same reaction, uniformity and generality, but intelligence no. God is divine wisdom. God in divine wisdom leads the blind personally, while entrusting to free intelligences the care of guiding those who can see. Leaving each one the responsibility for his or her acts is the law of cause and effect. The mission, these two intelligent human beings that are submitted to law of cause and effect. The mission of protector spirits is a duty they accept voluntarily. High spirits have choose to. No one in reign of God is imposed without asking to creature use this intelligence. God is perfect, and all the system have harmonious, geniusly formed to give to all creatures chance to evolution, chance to development, about law of cause and effect or not. Who is in submission of law of cause and effect? Only animals, vegetables, minerals, no. But human beings have to choose this, to exercise in other level. His intelligence is this. The intelligence in animal, I know that have people, oh, animals are most intelligent than human beings. No. They are limited. They are limited. If you compare the most intelligent animal with most intelligent human being, have a great difference. I know that have people that appear so crazy and inferior to the animal, yes, but is not generally animals, not generally human beings. It's not, isn't this? God is divine wisdom. In divine wisdom, leads the blind person while entrusting to free intelligence the care of guiding those who can see, leaving each one responsibility for his or her acts. The mission of protector spirits is a duty they accept voluntarily and which is for them a means of advancement. Yes, the mission of protector is a mission that will give to them a means of advancement according to the manner in which they perform it. Indigenous have protectors. Nature have protectors. Men of society have protectors. All of us, intelligence, energy, we are intelligence. We are intelligence, energy. All we have protectors. No one are alone, because this Spirit said, when arrives the right time to you that, don't have the surprise in universe this way to retire alive. Don't have the surprise. Is a time in human being is a time. Human being is a right time to this happen. To birth and to death. No one changed this. Spirit said in Book of Spirits. Spirit said this. Or you believe in God or you don't believe, and all this is a chaos. Sorry, I don't see this way. And the mission of protector spirits is a duty they accept voluntarily. It's not imposed by God. And which is for them a means of advancement. In all nature is this too, advancement, according to the manner in which they perform it. All these ways of looking at instinct are necessarily theoretical and none have a character of authenticity sufficient to be given as a definitive solution. See, this vision of science is not a definitive solution, because all of us in this planet are in development. The art that are in development. See the soil. The animals are in development. Vegetables are in development. Minerals, all in this plane are in development. All beings. Mineral, vegetable, animal, and human beings. All of us don't have privilege by God. Don't have. But certain persons don't like to think this. Wait a moment, I will turn my speaking more clear to you. That sometimes I prefer don't make certain things that I don't like. But I would like to don't appear I only have, I only want to have so much works. Certain times I make this. I prefer making things so right, but without work, and this don't function. All human beings, we ever search accommodation. And for this, we must earn, we must earn in eyes to perceive when we can or don't, we must make certain works. Sometimes we are only accommodated in certain situations. In this. My case now is this. Now I will talk more clear. Sometimes I don't want to get so much work. We ever search comfort because we ever want to be happy. Is this? But we must remember, without work don't have comfort. Is this? Work, comfort. Work, comfort. In Harvard University, they discovered this about monks that must dark, so strong, clean in his temple, to after clean so much, they start meditation. This is a bad part of them, but they make this, and after this, relax in meditation. Harvard University, I forgot his name. In those universities in the United States, they discovered that when we must first the work, after this will produce so much in relax. Is this is our conscious, ever conscious, and which is for them means to advancement according to the manner in which they perform it. All these ways of looking at instinct are necessarily theoretical, and none have a character of authenticity sufficient to be given as a definitive solution, nor Kardec said are definitive answers. Because the Spirit said to him, is momentaneously this what we can say to you. You, in human being, who want to study and work to discover things for your effort. The Spirit said this. They don't have all answers to us. The issue will certainly be resolved someday when the elements of observation that are now lacking are finally brought together. Until then, we must limit ourselves to submitting the diverse opinions to the cauldron of reason and logic, and wait for the light to appear. The solution that will be closer to the truth will necessarily be the one be the one that best corresponds to the attributes of God. What is this attributes? Supreme goodness and justice. With instinct being the guide and the passions, the driving forces of souls, in the initial period of their development, they are sometimes confused as to their outcome. There are, however, differences between instinct and intelligence that are essential to consider. Instinct is a sure guide, always good, always good. At some point, it may become useless. At some points, this will be useless, but never harmful. It weakens with the predominance of the intelligence. It weakens with the predominance of the intelligence. With predominance of intelligence, the instinct may become useless. At the early stage of the soul, the passions have in common with instinct the fact that beings are impelled by a force that is also unconscious. Passions are born, more particularly from the needs of the body, and have a greater hold on the body than does instinct. From the needs of the body, passions. What distinguishes them above all from instinct is that they are individual and contrary to instinct. Then above all from instinct is that what distinguishes them above all from instinct is that they are individual and contrary to instinct. Passions is individual and contrary to instinct. And in that they don't produce general and uniform effects. Instinct is the same in all human beings and animals, but passions is from human being and from the body and is individual. This is important, so important. We think about it. On the contrary, we see them vary in intensity and nature according to individuals. They are useful as stimulants. They are useful as stimulants until the eclosion of the moral sense, which turns a passive being into a rational one. If I have a necessity to rob my neighbor because they are seeing that I rob, and I want to get something from another with no pay nothing, rob. I want to rob, exploit the other without other know. I make this, and various years I make this. Then one day, without this neighbor, this neighbor go out. Never will discover, no one will discover that what I made. But one day, I attract, because this energy is inside me. I can change the place, I can make all things. The energy of Rob is inside me. And another's bad energies too. And this neighbor new neighbor come, I attract this, and without I know, this neighbor starts to rob me. What will uh, what will happen when I so much years this neighbor gone out and I discover I was robbed all these years without perceiving? I will remember, oh, I made the same. And no one knew this. This was a new neighbor. No one knew. Then I will perceive that my energy attracts this. Then I will conclude, have a force back on this that make this neighbor be by my side and rob and make the same I made to the other. Finally, this spirit will stop to make this, because he felt in his spirit what is be robbed for years and no one know, not me. Is this way law, the cause and effect, make developing inside us the moral sense. Don't make to the other what you don't make the other make with you. Then, passion are useful as stimulants until the eclosion of the moral sense. Is before moral sense, which turns a passive being into a rational one. At the moment, they not only become useless but harmful to the advancement of the spirit, in whom they retard the materialization. At the moment, they not only become useless but harmful to the advancement of the spirit, in whom they retard the materialization. They weaken with the development of reason. They weaken with the development of reason. Persons who act consistently only by instinct might be very good, but would leave their intelligence to remain dormant. They are like children who don't rid themselves of their leading strings and thus don't know how to use their legs. Those who, they are like children who don't rid themselves of their leading strings and thus don't know how to use their legs. Those who don't control their passions can be highly intelligent, but at the same time very evil. Those who don't control their passions can be highly intelligent, scientists, doctors, masters. How to say this? I forgot the name. Highly degree in university. Doctors must be so highly intelligent, but so much evil. Instinct disappears by itself. instinct. Pay attention. The passion are tamed only through an effort of the will. When God made your creature, want the will to control passion by law of cause and effect is this. Because this is important. Let animals grow and develop his intelligence. Let others that act by passion in a perpetual situation with study and work. Because if you say death penalty, they will only go out from the body without regret. Human beings is necessary have time to regret living in this body. Out of body, this is so difficult. They only will learn this in body, unfortunately. And they are living with us in the middle of society to have an obstacle, because in spiritual plane don't have obstacle to them. Have an obstacle because they don't will attach all people. No, they don't will attach all people that don't are in the same level, don't have necessity to learn something. They don't will be next to this. They will be next to others time and with possibility to fall in error. Is this the focus of this spirit out of body? Attachment cause revolted and don't have time to regret in this body. We must understand this. These spirits have necessity to be isolated by society, yes, because this way they don't will destroy others that need development, don't will make suffering others, because that or not the people only that when arrive this time, but they can make so much suffering in society, dangerous, afraid. They can make this. Then they must be isolated to don't commit so much atrocities, and then work and study, discipline, work, study, discipline, all his life. Because these they are in the middle of us. Not to make all atrocities, no, but to be in a place to receive this obstacle that don't have in spiritual plane. I think it's clear. But we still are ignorant. We are too hard with certain accommodations in society. We don't have and don't want to have understanding about all this. Because this we are in a circle of suffering. Because this. Persons who act consistently only by instinct might be very good, but would have their intelligence to remain dormant. God create these creatures to developing the intelligence and left to have passion with the principal motive of his existence. They are like children who don't rid themselves of their leading strings and thus don't know how to use their legs. Those who don't control their passions can be highly intelligent, but at the same time very evil. Instinct disappears by itself. Instinct disappears alone. The passions are tamed only through an effort of the will. How will develop the will to control passions? Suffering in life. Suffering the return of what we made to others. Or we decide, I understand. Nevermore I will make evil to others. When this spirit have this insight, this will be the initial development so fast in this spirit. Because this we must ever pray to protect all people that are regretting in prison, regretting in the views, regret in her houses, children, teenagers, adults, and elders. We must pray to all these people that can regret to start make only constructions. The destruction of living beings by one another. The mutual destruction of living beings is one of the laws of nature, which at first glance, living beings, not human beings, living beings, animals. The mutual destruction of living beings is one of the laws of nature, which at first glance seems least reconcilable with God's goodness. Do you understand? So fast now. One may ask why God created a need for them to devour one another in order to nourish themselves at the expense of others. Why? One may ask why God created this need. To those who see only matter, who limit their view to the present life, this indeed seems to be an imperfection in the divine work. And pay attention, I forgot to say this in Portuguese, but I will say in English. Have people that have pleasure to show animals eating other animals, have pleasure. It's not normal, sorry. We can see in these people the evil inside him, not inside the animal, inside himself, this evil. Because animal, here what is in head of animal is totally different of in head of human being. And I don't like these people that make question to show the other eat another. And we will see that is totally inside of God's goodness. One may ask why God created an to those who see only matter, who limit their view, these people that want to show this, want to show this, is not thinking in matter, don't have importance. No. It's another feeling that I feel that comes to those persons. It's the evil. I feel the evil. But if you know these things, we will not more will give importance to see an animal eat another. See this. To those who see only matter, who limit their view to the present life, this and that, indeed, seems to be an imperfection of divine work. This is because people generally judge God's perfection from their own point of view. I see me in the mouth of animal. Their own judgment is the measuring stick of God's wisdom. And they think that God would not know how to make something better than they themselves could do. I have an idea. Create all animals, if I was God, only eating. How the name of this? I don't know. Wait a moment. I forgot. I knew, but I forgot. Where am I? It's here. One moment. I'm seeing in my translator because other phone is recharging. I will see here because I can't see in another. Oh, it's grass. Grass. Different of grass. Grass. I would make animals, only all them, totally, only eating grass. If I was give the way, was this, but it's not so much intelligent. This is because people generally judge God's perfection from their own point of view. Their own judgment is the measuring stick of God's wisdom. And they think that God would not know how to make something better than themselves could do. Their short-sightedness doesn't allow them to judge the whole, and they don't understand that a real good can result from an apparent evil. Apparent evil. That a real good can result from an apparent evil. Apparent. Only knowledge of the spiritual principle considered in its true essence, and the great law of unity that comprises the harmony of creation can give humans the key to this mystery and show them providential wisdom and harmony precisely where they see only an anomaly and a contradiction. Sometimes so much people don't believe in God because these biologists. Why not? Why not all animals don't eat grass? Why not? is this. Their short-sightedness doesn't allow them to judge the whole, and they don't understand that a real good can result from an apparent evil. Only knowledge of the spiritual principle, considered in its true essence, and the great law of unity that comprises the harmony of creation can give humans the key to this mystery and show them providential wisdom and harmony precisely where they see only an anomaly and a contradiction. The true life of animals, as well as for human beings, dwells no more in the corporeal envelopes, is not matter, than in a garment. True life lies in the intelligence principle. All creatures, all objects, mineral, vegetable, animals, human beings. True life lies in the intelligent principle is this. Intelligent principle is the same of quantic quantic dimension, no. Field, quantic field. Let me see. Campo quântico. Yes, the quantic fields is the same of intelligent principle. We are immersed on this. Because this Kardec show, after all this knowledge, that God is in all things and you can talk with God all moment. They are in yourselves. They are in our this appearance world. In all this we are immersed in God. Then He will hear you all moment. You want to talk to Him. We are how a people that are inside of ocean, and all day come a man in this ocean and jump food to this animal. This animal don't understand this, but accept. And don't understand that human beings that are put food in ocean and the fish on the ocean don't understand. They are inside of the world of who dominated is human being. But God has so much more than a human being. God can observe all things, all time. Because this Spirit said, you can still understand what is God. Don't have vocabulary in your planet we can explain to you what is God. But God exists. And we are intelligent principle. We are the most highly intelligent development in intelligent principle. We are in relation other kingdoms. The kingdom, mineral kingdom, botanic, ever come to my mind, botanic, I don't know is right, botanic kingdom, animal kingdom, we are the excellence in all these kingdoms. Still with our ignorance. See how when I think I am ignorant, oh, I see open a universe of things that I can conquer, of knowledge, of science, of power. Is this marvelous in God? Is this? And when we are walking alone in a opposite direction from God, we are only see the abysm and suffering. What advantage is in we don't develop the control of our passions. It's our passions that are making us walk contrary God. And contrary God don't have nothing, sorry. Only suffer. And God don't create this. Continue. True life for animals as well as for human beings dwell no more in the corporeal envelope than in a garment. True life lies in the intelligent principle, which persists and survives the body. Is this we are marvelous stars from God. This principle has need of the body to develop, because this is so important. Preserve the body to intelligence principle. Still this inside this body is evil. Still this is importantly so much in animal and human beings. Preserve this life to this life get a level of development possible in one incarnation. Don't that baby animals, don't that all animals to fun. This is the more bestial thinking thought in human being. Is totally ridiculous and unuseful, totally. And this will make the own people that make this feel empty inside, feel unfortunately. No one wants to feel this. And go to make things to discover nothing, because they are walking contrary direction of happiness. His conscience, their conscience know this and take warning, but they don't want to hear still until they suffering accidents because they're all ignorance. True life lies in the intelligent principle which persists and survives the body. This principle has need of the body to develop itself through labor. This principle has need of the body develop itself through labor, which it must perform on brute matter. Out of matter is not possible. To our evolution, we still know we need body to continue our development. Animals too. The body is spent in this labor, but the spirit is not. The body is spent in this labor, but the spirit is not. On the contrary, it leaves the body each time stronger. All work we made in this planet clean the how to say this? Clean the floor. Clean the floor. This work is so important how the direction of a grading industry is the same. It's same importance because this principle has need of the body to develop itself through labor. Labor is a sacred tool of God to us, which it must perform on brute matter. The body is spent in this labor, but the spirit is not. On the contrary, it leaves the body each time stronger. All work each leaves the body each time stronger, more lucid and more capable. And people prefer raw. These people that prefer raw must be isolated by society to learn, develop patience, develop focus, work to help society in prison. If you debt these people, they will lose the opportunity to regret, because they are in need of us to learn regret, feel that they are in wrong direction, the direction of the depth of the spirit. The body is spent in this labor, but the spirit is not. On the contrary, it leaves the body each time stronger, more lucid and more capable. Thus, what does it matter if the spirit change its envelope more frequently or less so? It's no less a spirit because of it. It's exactly as if a certain man were to change his clothes 100 times in 1 year. A spirit, by centuries, changing bodies, it's exactly as if a certain man were to change his clothes 100 times in one year. He would not cease being the same man. He would not cease being the same man. Through the incessant spectacle of destruction, God teaches humans the small case that they should make of their material envelope, and awakens in them the idea of the spirit life, making them desire it as compensation. See marvelous and logical thought. Through the incessant spectacle of destruction, God teaches humans the small case that they should make of their material envelope, and awakens in them the idea of the spirit life, making them desire it as compensation. Could not God, it will be asked, reach the same result by other means without obligating living beings to destroy one another. Could not God? It will be asked, if all is wisdom in God's work, we must assume that such wisdom must not be lacking any more on this point than on others. We must assume that such wisdom from God must not be lacking any more on this point than on others. The wisdom of God is generally in all things, not more inside or not more on the other side. No, it's the same. Don't have privilege to God. All beings, all creatures, all these things are changing and developing and are in growing to more and more intelligence, more and wisdom, more and happiness, and is strong. God don't will give strong to a human being or an animal more than he can have, more than it can have. Absolute, no, but great development to spirit is when they know, help, and construct. Then this spirit have power. The angels are directly commanded by God to help us. Is sufficient we ask him, not with this intelligence, but this intelligence is another intelligence. With this intelligence we can call to angels, and they will resolve all situations. They will show to you how to resolve. They will give strong to us how to resolve. And they will show the mean we can resolve. I know this perfectly. I know because I receive ever this helping. Because I am ever with disposition to help who I can, not all people. I don't can help all people. But who I can help, I am with attention, and I have confidence in angels, and ever work with them. Without them, I don't can work. It's this way. Could not God, it will be asked, reach the same result by other means, without obligating living beings to destroy one another? If all is wisdom in God's work, we must assume that such wisdom is not be lacking any more on this point than on others. Don't have it in wisdom of God. If we don't understand it, we must attribute it to how little evolved we are. However, we can try to find the reason using the principle as our compass. God must be infinitely just and wise. So, we seek God's justice and wisdom in all things, and we bow down before what surpasses our understanding. A primary usefulness that arises from such destruction, a purely physical usefulness, is this. Organic bodies can sustain themselves only with the help of organic matter. This is the primary usefulness from this such destruction. Is this. Organic bodies can sustain themselves only with the help of organic matter. Only this matter contains the nutritive elements needed for their transformation. Because bodies, the instruments of the intelligent principles action, have the need of incessant renewal, Providence makes them serve for their mutual sustenance. Because bodies, the instruments of the intelligent principles, bodies is instrument of intelligent principles. Action. Have the need of incessant renewal, Providence makes them serve for their mutual sustenance. This is why beings nourish themselves with one another. This is why beings nourish themselves with one another. Thus, it's the body that nourishes itself from the body. But the spirit is neither destroyed nor altered. Is only slugs off its envelope. Is this. Animals is so fast than human beings. Human beings will take more time than animals. Is this. My dog came to me, I think, 4 times. The first dog I have. The second dog my mother had. The third animal I have with when I married, and now 4 times is the same dog. I felt this. I saw this in my dream. I passed in dream when I was asleep. I passed my hand in body of my in dream, in body of my dog that was dead. He come to me in my dream. I passed my hand in it, and I saw the color of other animal in him. He showed me I was those dogs that with you. I was, because I make this appear the skin of anterior dog. See this? It's marvelous. Then they have a short life, but they can reborn with us various times. Think in it. Providence makes them serve for their mutual sustenance. This is why beings nourish themselves with one another. Thus, it's the body that nourishes itself from the body. But the spirit is neither destroyed not altered. Is only slugs off its envelope. Furthermore, there are moral considerations of a higher order. Struggle is necessary for the evolution of the spirit. It's in this struggle that is exercised. It's in this struggle that it exercise its faculties. See this? Those that attack in order to obtain their nutrition, animals, not human beings, attack in order to obtain their nutrition, and those that defend themselves in order to preserve their life, compete in astuteness and intelligence, and thereby increase their intellectual powers. See how harmonious is this. We see how was with us, but animals is different. In pain is different. They feel pain. Okay? Don't think different. They feel pain. But not without culpability that human beings have. Because they don't, they act by instinct all time. But they development in this persecution, they development astuteness and intelligence. Astuteness and intelligence, they will develop. And thereby increase their intellectual powers. Because these, I said, all these are development in this planet. All creatures, all mineral, animals, vegetables, animals, and human beings are constantly, and this planet too, constantly developing. One of the two succumbs when animals are back on another to eat. One of the two succumbs. But in reality, what has the stronger or more skillful taken from the weaker? Only its garment of flesh, nothing more. The spirit which is not dead will take another later. Then for us, all is dead, my animal. No. He changed the body. The other day I saw the great laggard. I think it was IA, but I don't know. I think it must be those must be real. And the cat, big cat, was in the mouth of great laggard. Oh my God, I don't want it so this. But now, it's only to thinking first, the animal, that order first, so easy. I remember one day I was living in a house that have chickens that pool in my garden, and I had a Dalmatian, I don't know in English, a big dog. And I warned the neighbor, please take care with chickens. My dog will dead your chickens. Don't let these chickens come to here. But one day I opened the door and I not see a cat inside my garden. And don't have time. I try to get the back on my dog because they are without coleira in Portuguese, but in English I don't know now. those that put this in dog. He was out of this. I don't got maintain with me. Then he pull off. He jump in cat, make this and cat dead. 1 second. Instinct of animal, death of other in 1 second. Sometimes they get here in animal. 2 animals don't make more movements. To that animal. 2 immobilized animals is this way. All these animals, first that they don't will eat this in life. I saw today a bird making this with fish. They get the fish and put this in a stone until fish stop the movements. Then they eat the animal. But it's this, the fish are learning and the bird are learning. Fish will immediately bird, and bird when will get by a snake will he burn immediately. Then no one lose nothing. They were developing his intelligence and astuteness. See this, how wisdom of God is marvelous. And don't have difference the tools to one of another. God give all chance to all creatures equally, accord each development, of course. But the tools is from all creatures. Don't have privilege with God, don't have. One of the two succumbs, but in reality, what has the stronger or more skillful taken from the weaker? Only its garment of flesh, nothing more. The spirit, which is not dead, will take another later. All of us will take another later. This is. In the less evolved beings of creation, in those in which the moral sense does not exist, or in which intelligence has not yet replaced instinct, struggle will have no other driving power than the satisfaction of a material need. And one of the most imperative needs is that of nutrition. They struggle, therefore, solely to stay alive. I don't know what is in English, to capture or defend their prey. Since they could not be stimulated by a higher motive, it is in this preliminary period that the soul takes its first step and prepares for life. They struggle, therefore, solely to stay alive, to capture or defend their prey, since they could not be stimulated by a higher motive. It's in this preliminary period that the soul takes its first steps and prepares for life. In humans, there is a period of transition. And this I will talk to you another line, okay? I will stop in this point. And I will continue this in another line. Because the human being, we must understand, are with influence of law of cause and effect, is the apple of Eve. Is this the conscious, the capable to choose right or wrong, construct, destruct, white and black, light and darkness. We only recognize the light when we know the darkness. It's important we learn it, all these things in all situations, And ever we will be in development. When we choose make a stationary situation in our life, it's how to those who knows that great quantity of water will take our house, but we don't want change. We want be permanently in the same place when all things around said, you must change. You must change. It's dangerous. Come on, start walking. But people don't want. Sometimes for warn, sometimes for fear, sometimes for accommodation. The accommodation, procrastination is the bad thing in all situations that we choose this. Still we will change a bit all day. It's good then be spark and be part in a same situation that don't have more weight to develop nor develop the situation nor the situation will don't change. We must change. We must walk. We must work. Never stop to work to our sustainability, to our sustenance, to our sustenance. We don't must stop to work. Still, if we are retired, no. It's only a condition from material work, but we can continue making other works and must make this. Never think, oh, finally I will be an unuseless person. No, never think this way, never. We can feel utile in our environment. This is the principle. And remember, I have one phrase that signify all this work of Kardec. Without charity, don't have salvation. Charity the lives you don't need that, how animals. cherish these lives. Let the animals grow until it's possible. Don't dead animals so have animals we don't must dead in first. Second, animals eating animals, this is right, because instinct. Man's dead animals, mans don't have so strong instinct. And only a bit animals God let eat. Not all animals, please. And only when is necessary. Not in, how to say this, ganacy of eat meat, ganacy of eat all. What is this? Fat people, sick people. How the poor pig is so fat and sick. And but medicine to this animal don't pass sick to human being. No one in this planet can say this is health to eat. And in those book that I'm reading, the Spirit said, is necessary one veterinary to one animal in this planet to make a lot of exams to say this animal is good to eat. And we don't have it in this planet. You must, maybe God, I ask God that knows, but you can eating without no 6 in your meat. Then take care with your health, take care with health of our brothers, animals. They are our brother in evolution, yes. We are one in nature. And we are preserved lives that need evolve his internal intelligence. They have to. They mercy this. And we are in top of this. In top of this line of development. We must have conscience and charity to others in back of us. In all nature is an in to love and charity each other, compassion each other. Is this the real hymn that indigenous know this? Indigenous know this. So clear, more clear than us. Then is this what we can conclude, okay? And until the next, thank you, your presence. You are ever here with me. Thank you. God bless you, your presence. Until the next.